Hello? What's up, man? No, I'm working on somebody else's car right now. Dude, I don't know. Whenever I get to it. Chill out. Alright. Yeah, just have some money for me this time, alright? Yep. Unbelievable.
Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Hey, who that? Who that? Hey, who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Hey, who that? Who that? Hey, who that? Who that?
Terrible sushi. I mean, how can you go wrong with raw fish, right?
I don't even know how you eat that stuff.
Well, it's not for everyone.
No, it's not. See what we have here. You see anybody?
Speaking of raw fish, there's Mason.
Jess, why don't you give my little bro a break?
Jessica, Amos, Officer Dunn and I were on patrol duty when the call came in. But since the detectives are here, I'm stuck with watchdog duty. So if you'll follow me. After you, detectives.
Rockwell, what do we have here?
Melvick, late 20s. I see signs of blunt force trauma.
Jesus!
What? You've seen worse.
It's Tremaine.
You know the victim?
Used to play basketball in high school.
It's tough when you know the victim. What else can you tell us, Dr. Baldwin?
Well, there's no visible cause of death, but I can say, by the state of rigor, that he's been dead for 24 hours. I'll have to perform an autopsy back at the lab for the cause of death. There are a few things I've identified so far. Take a look at this.
Needle marks?
That's my initial assumption. And those are ligature marks around his wrists.
So he was tied up. But the needle marks. Was he a junkie, Amos?
There were no defensive wounds, so either the victim knew his attacker or he was drugged, which explained the needle marks, and abducted. I also found some adhesive residue around the mouth.
His mouth was taped shut. And before you said something about blunt force trauma?
Yeah, back of his head.
Whatever happened to Tremaine didn't happen here. No blood at the scene. So he was killed somewhere else and dumped here. Is that a rosary?
Yes.
That's strange. Tremaine isn't religious at all. Unless you consider drinking religiously.
I did some research last night. You know that rosary that was on Jermaine? I counted 108 beads. A regular rosary has 59.
108 beads? That sounds like a satanic ritualistic murder.
We haven't had one of those in this old town.
I think it's worth checking out. There's only one store in town that sells these. The Lilith Shop on 2nd Avenue in Farnsworth. Dr. Weldon. Poison? Uh-huh. Sure, we'll be right there. The Emmys ID'd the cause of death, and there's another victim.
So, you've got another body? Yeah, other detectives brought him in an hour ago. A preliminary testing of both of the victims' blood showed traces of curare.
Whoa, what's that?
It's a plant poison used by people indigenous to South America. In this century, it has been refined in certain medications used in anesthesia.
So, either our perps master botanist or a doctor or patient with access to this medication?
Correct. The drug causes paralysis of the muscular system, but leaves the neural system completely alone. In the end, the recipient dies of cardiac arrest.
Oh, Christ, that's Paul.
You know this guy too?
Yeah, we used to play in a band together years ago. Any signs of torture?
None, but that doesn't mean anything. These days, it's called clean torture, and it leaves no marks. Both victims couldn't move a muscle, but felt everything that happened to them.
Yeah, I sell these. A lot. Mostly to teenage girls.
Anyone else? Can you check the records?
Sure. I sold a few about 5 weeks ago to a few teenage girls. Amanda Dreyfus, Lacey Andrews, Lindsay Roberts, and Diane Kimblow. And 5 about 3 weeks ago to a guy named Mr. Victor Hall. That help?
Detectives, what do we got?
Hey, Kevin.
Anything on our guy Hall?
Lots. Take a look.
Victor Hall, 34, formerly known as Christopher Hall, from Trenton, New Jersey, where he was arrested in '07 for cutting open his girlfriend's chest and drinking her blood. No charges were pressed. Arrested several times in '08 and '09 for engaging in blood rituals at cemeteries, vandalizing grave sites.
This has got to be our guy. The satanic rosary, vampirism, blood rituals, it all fits.
Mercer, you got an address on this freak?
Sure do. 341 Addison Street. And get this, he works at King's Funeral Home as an embalmer.
Any connection to the other victims?
Not as of yet, but I'm working on it.
Mrs. Harding? Troy? No? No, I haven't seen Jen. Have you filed a missing persons? I see. Well, I'll prep Sergeant Mercer. He'll take the report for you. No problem. No problem, Mrs. Harding.
Who's missing?
Jennifer Harding, my high school ex. Been missing since yesterday. Mercer, Mrs. Harding will be in later today.
I'm on it, Troy.
Go find this guy. Let's hope it's not another victim.
Now let's go get this son of a bitch.
Police!
Check upstairs!
Clear!
Clear.
Clear! All clear!
Clear.
All clear!
message is not that the meek shall inherit the earth. For if that were true, you and I would not be here right now. He would not be where he is. He, for whom I sacrificed, for whom I forsook my own pleasures. Did he tell you? Did he tell you that I financed his med school misadventure? Even though I am the younger one, I sacrificed so that he may get the education he so badly wanted. And what did I get in return? He quit and returned home to mommy. Did I hold it against him then? Do I hold it against him now? See, then I got him a job where I worked only to watch him step all over me to get to where he is now. And now? Now I will no longer be the forsaken nor the sacrifice. Time has come for others to sacrifice. For others, like you, Jennifer, to be sacrificed.
Yes. Look at me. The devil's greatest trick. Is convincing the world that he didn't exist.
Sleep tight, Jennifer.